Hi, everyone. My name is Teresa DeVanzo. I'm the National Account Manager at Sourcebooks for Library and Education. Thank you for having me today. Here are a few favorites from our spring list. If you haven't seen these amazing books yet, please be sure to check them out. Let's start with a picture book from author Jess Hitchman, illustrated by Sarah Rebar. Axolotl and her younger brother Axolitl are total opposites, and sometimes their differences lead them to poke a little and joke a little, then shout a lottle and pout a lottle. This absolutely hilarious new read aloud about fighting and making up is a must-buy for siblings and friends who need to chill their gills and learn to get along. The silly rhythmic rhyming text and bold, vibrant illustrations will have kids and parents alike wanting to share the story again and again. These authors rock. No, really. Pat and Neil are Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees and proud grandparents. From world-renowned rock singer-songwriter Pat Benatar and her husband bandmate Neil Giraldo comes an exuberant portrait of cool grandmas and rad grandpas everywhere. This book reflects changing demographics and puts cool, active grandparents on the map. Publishing in English and Spanish from Pura Belpre honoree Alda P. Dobbs and illustrator Emily Mendoza comes The Giving Flower, a beautiful, lyrical, and vibrant picture book telling about the history of the poinsettia flower and the holiday traditions it has inspired. In addition to the holiday angle, the story of the poinsettia's origins incorporates Mexican and American history, folklore, and even a touch of science. Are you ready for round 3 of the hilarious guessing game picture book? Discover fascinating facts about disgusting animals while guessing if you're looking at a butt or a face. The Butterface series by author Kari Laval is an ALSC Notables pick, Texas Topaz Nonfiction Reading List pick, Texas 2x2 Reading List pick, and has made state lists in Florida, Virginia, Maryland, California, Missouri, and more. Kids and adults love finding out about interesting animal facts in a unique and fun way, and this next installment of the beloved Butterface series will keep everyone laughing and learning. The Why We Celebrate series of books for kids explores holidays from around the world, includes fascinating facts and interactive activities. The art is vibrant and colorful, and these illustrations make this remarkable collectible a collectible that kids will enjoy interacting with while exploring engaging content. These books are available in both hardcover, paperback, and some are multilingual. Curiosity and coziness shine in the soothing picture book about the pine tree life cycle. A pine tree begins with a small cone. In this sequel to The Pumpkin Seed Secret by author Hannah Barnaby and illustrated Cedric App, this cozy life cycle picture book will show the reader all the things a pine cone seed can be, including a Christmas tree. Extensive back matter makes this perfect book for school and libraries. From the New York Times and USA Today bestselling How to Catch series comes a big, all-new outdoor adventure with a supernatural mystery afoot. While camping in the woods, the How to Catch kids are confronted with a hairy situation. Bigfoot is on the loose, and they must find him. Filled with hilarious hijinks and a look at the mysterious life of the legendary Sasquatch himself, this How to Catch title is sure to be a hit with readers. Celebrate the Day of the Dead with this introduction for kids ages 7 to 11. With English and Spanish text side by side, this book offers a unique opportunity for language learning and cultural exchange. Perfect for bilingual families and classrooms, it provides an immersive experience where readers can enhance their language skills. Also available in the series are the St. Patrick's Day alphabet and the Juneteenth alphabet. This inspiring chapter book tells the story of how Olivia Rodrigo became a best-selling singer and songwriter in an accessible, easy-to-read format for new readers ages 6 to 9. This biography series is broken down into short chapters and simple language so kids can read and learn on their own. Kids will learn the who, what, where, when, why, and how of each subject's life, find definitions of new words, discussion questions, and more. Available in both hardcover and paperback, this best-selling series has stories of over 55 important people within history. Learn about the biggest, brightest, and craziest creatures in these fun fact-forward books for kids. With a catalog of information, these nonfiction books are a fascinating journey with stunning photographs from award-winning photographer Cheryl Johnson. These books will make learning about the amazing creatures in our world fun for all readers. Available in hardcover. Popular parenting influencer Chris Kate puts his funny bone to work in these animal and holiday-themed joke books for kids. How do you make a lion laugh? Find out with this hilarious read-aloud series for kids ages 4 to 8, featuring delightful jokes about the high-interest topics kids love. Each title in the series combines silly jokes with a popular trend kids love. Joke-loving readers will delight in the puns and punchlines for their favorite real-life heroes. The Scariest Story You've Ever Heard is an award-winning, delightful, spooky romp for the youngest horror fans. Darkness falls, the power goes out. When two brothers start hearing strange noises, they must uncover the spooky source of the sounds. Scariest Stories Campfire is also coming out in August. Both include age-appropriate scares with funny twists to ensnare and delight readers during their favorite spooky time reading adventures. Here are a few recently published middle grade highlights. For access to great resources for these titles, check them out on Edelweiss. Our first middle grade title coming from author Victor Pinheiro. He is the author of Time Villains, which is a starred review series we published. Coming from Victor is a new fantastical adventure about family, tradition, and seeing things for what they truly are. In the Island of Forgotten Gods, Nico decides to spend his summer with his abuela and cousins in Puerto Rico. He didn't expect to be hunted by the legendary Chupacabra, but soon he discovers that the only way to save the island is by facing the very gods who created it. Next up, from best-selling author Lindsay Curry, comes an exciting mystery adventure series that follows three best friends who solve impossible puzzles as the clock ticks down. This sequel to the New York Times best-selling book, The Mystery of Locked Rooms, follows the beloved Deltas as they race to complete the most challenging escape room they've ever faced and confront their fears in order to save their friendship. The Mystery of Locked Rooms was an instant New York Times bestseller, a read with Jana pick, and more. Women can do anything, and in fact, they have. Women have been doing amazing, daring, and dangerous things for years, yet they're rarely mentioned in our history books as adventurers. This sequel of short biographies features women throughout history who have risked their lives for adventure, some of whom you may know, many of whom you may not know, but all of whom you should know. A few recently published unputdownable YA favorites from some of our new and best-selling authors. Check them out on Edelweiss or reach out if you'd like more information on these. An emotional, dramatic, and suspenseful story that takes place in a fictional Colorado town. In After We Burn, a fire rages through their high school. It claims a classmate's life. The town is devastated. 5 teens are fraught. The fire destroyed evidence, but it couldn't erase their secrets. Returning to elements that made This Is Where It Ends a standout bestseller, Marieke Nijkamp delivers a new gripping novel, told through multiple points of view, intense situations and emotions, a diversity of characters. This dramatic, suspenseful survival story makes for a book that will stay with readers long after the last page. From the starred review author librarian of The Perfect Place to Die and Don't Go to Sleep, Bryce Moore, comes another chilling, historical, true crime mystery. When multiple women are found murdered in their London homes during the Blitz, 17-year-old Mary Churchill vows to uncover the identity of the Blackout Ripper, even if it puts her own life at risk. With a premise that grabs you from the start, queer romance, and voicey storytelling, this debut, Secrets of the Blue Hand Girls by Rowana Miller, delivers chilling suspense for thriller fans. A high school junior becomes involved in a secret society dedicated to exposing the truth about her private Manhattan school. But soon she suspects that the society's anonymous leaders, who just might include her new girlfriend, have even darker motives. From the New York Times bestselling authors of The Witch and Hunter duology, Sarah Rash and Beth Regius, comes another incredible historical romantasy. Outlander meets Holly Black in this enemies to lover romantasy set in the dazzling and dangerous Scottish court where a fey guardian of the realm falls in love with a charming Elizabethan spy who could also be the key to her world's undoing. The author's previous novels, the Witch and Hunter series, Night of the Witch, Fate of Magic, appeared on the New York Times bestseller list and received starred reviews from Kirkus and Publishers Weekly. Our last YA title from one of our landmark imprint adult authors, B. Fitzgerald, comes a fierce, fresh, and feminist YA fantasy reimagining of Persephone and Hades, about a strong woman fighting against the bonds the men in her life have put on her, with a fun, quirky love interest. Persephone wasn't taken to hell. She jumped. There was no way she was going to be married off to some smug god more in love with himself than her. Now all she has to do is convince the underworld's annoyingly sexy, arrogant, and frankly rude ruler, Hades, to fall in line with her plan. A plan that will shake Mount Olympus to its very core. But consequences can be deadly, especially when you're already in hell. Thank you for listening to hear about our exciting new releases. Please reach out to myself or my marketing colleague, Emily Ludloff, should you have any questions or need any more information. Have a great day.